Not too much, Tony. Just watching day baseball and, excited for more team steam plays here today. Of course. We've been on
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it just seems a day baseball. They give it to us in bunches. I like to have it spread out a little bit more
Right.
over the week, but we'll take it, right? We'll take it, no
Sure.
question about that. And the wait is over, Mindy. It's the wait is finally over. I don't know how. It's been a long time since we've talked hockey. They finally get on the ice. I guess they want to allow the NBA to get a lot of the talk here. I don't know what the story is with this NHL. They used to be ahead of the NBA in the playoffs. Now they're behind. But anyway,
Yeah, that's what you said.
tonight we got the Hurricanes, a real good defensive team against the Dragon Slayers, these Panthers who have been slaying the Dragon, the Bruins, and
Right.
they've been working off that momentum here. And Hurricanes always a tough team, really good defensive, hard checking team. They're favored here at home, minus 139 in game one. We see a total of 6.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where we're going to start with the Panthers, right? I mean, they have those big series wins over the Bruins and over the Toronto Maple Leafs here. The Hurricanes, they've taken out, the Islanders and the Devils. Both of these two teams here have basically made it with their superior offenses, kind of like how you talked about. Each team have scored exactly 40 goals here thus far in their first two rounds. The Panthers, they went over the total in all but one of their games versus the Bruins, and the Panthers have scored over 3 goals in all but one of their games in that 5-game series there with the Leafs. And then the Panthers defense, hasn't exactly been, stellar. They've allowed 37 goals here so far in the playoffs. Bobrovsky, he's allowed 2.82 goals on average with a 9.18 save percentage. In the Canes, we know, like you had talked about, they're a little bit better on defense here. They've only allowed 28 goals here so far in their 2 rounds. But again, all but one of their games went over the total versus the Devils in that series, and the Canes are 7-2 to the over in their last 10 games here. So I think you kind of see where I'm looking. I do think that Anderson is, the better goalie here in this matchup. But I think there's just going to be way too much offense on each side here. I think this one's going to get over the total. I know it's kind of been hovering around 5.5, 6. It looks like you can probably maybe go ahead and, see where you can go ahead and get the best line in this one here tonight, Tony.
All right, Mindy here on Panthers Hurricanes over the 5.5 of goals. I'm sorry. Oh, I put 6 here. That's the sharpest book in the world right now,
Yep.
showing that 6. And right now, I'm seeing many books at 5.5. So do your shopping, get the best ever mini grid here on the 5.5. And we see a lot of U.S. books here at that 5. And we put the sharp book here to let you know that Minnie's
Right.
with the sharps, right on that over there. So always important here. There's no excuses these days not to get the best numbers, Minnie, with all these books
Right.
out here.
Yeah, you got lots of places to take a look at and do your homework, Tony.
Yep, and of course, we saw pretty much overs in that Jersey series, right, with Carolina, and of course, even in that Islanders, we saw lots of goals. We're seeing a lot of goals here in these playoffs. Who said we're going to get these unders in these postseasons? Although you can say that here, obviously here for Florida, as they really played well defensively here against Toronto. I was joking with the Toronto folks out there that like Toronto, they were pretty much stuck on 2 in that series.
Right, pretty much, right? I mean, if you take a look at, this Panthers team, I think they're really, fast on the ice. They have a lot of pretty good skill players also. And it's one of those, too, that, if you take a look at the Panthers, I mean, I couldn't find it, where they've had a total set at 5.5 in any of their games here this season. So this would be the first one. So we don't have any, real remarkable, which way we're going to go on this. But basically, I mean, I think that gives a good indication that with them in the game and whoever they're playing, the total is usually set at, 6 or higher. So I'm going to, if I take a look at that, just that 6 number, this Panthers team has gone over. And it's kind of been the same way here for Carolina as well. If that total's been sitting at 5.5, they're 16-14 to the over. And then that number gets a little bit better as you keep going up there, sitting at a total of 6. They were 6-3 to the over. So, I mean, for me, I kind of think that, with just the way that these two teams have been playing and what they've shown us so far, I know that in a couple of I was kind of looking back at maybe game ones. Maybe those have been lower scoring, but it hasn't necessarily been the case, right? It's kind of as we've gone farther, those totals have stayed more to the under here as well. And the last time these two teams played head to head, the final score was 10, right? It was Florida 4, Carolina 6. Of course, Lyon was in goal for Florida, so it's not really the same as having Bob there in the net. But Anderson was in goal here for the Canes. So again, I think this is one that I'm looking to hit the over tonight.
I got the over here. I'm just kind of looking here at some of these teams here trending here well on the kills here, power play kills. We'll see how the power play goes. We'll see how these teams have they can play clean. But of course, with these Hurricanes, they really play that tough check. We got the over here. Panthers, Hurricanes over 5.5. There's lots of 5.5s there on the marketplace. We're just showing you the sharpest book in the world when we put these lines up so you can compare. And this is how you line read, right? The sharp book here is at 6. The square books are at 5.5, and you pound you pound the over there on the 5.5. Like we saw yesterday with that bet on line move, right? The owner there, Dalton Wagner's. I've known of him for years. He used to when I was working with the Meat Man, he used to sponsor the Meat Man's 3-hour show. $350,000 a year he would send. So this man is a very well respected bookmaker, and it's funny because I saw the two sharp books go to that 7.5 yesterday. I said, yep, they're not going to take the 7.5. They're going to take the 8s from these books, and that's what they did. And we saw, that really caught my attention yesterday with that big position Bet Online had on that Heat game, posting 7.5 when everybody else was at 8.5. So you knew the owner there was taking a strong stand there on that Heat game, and sure enough, the Heat win the game outright. They didn't need the 8.5, and that was a really strong indicator. And again, it's interesting when you look at the line moves and you see the sharps there, the guys that are in Vegas, not biting, not taking the bait and trying to take that 7.5, going and taking the 8s on those books. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. All right, so Mindy here, Panthers Hurricanes over 5.5. This one will have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. This one is over on TNT. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. Of course, Mindy posted some good best records here. Nearly 800 units of profit with her best bets tonight. Well, we got limited action here from Major League Baseball. A lot of big games, NBA as well as NHL. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, so I have given out my 2 best plays here today. So I'm giving out, this total, and then I did the side on the morning show. So you can definitely go ahead and watch that back on rerun. But today, like you said, the cards started early here for Major League Baseball. So my 3-pack of plays have already gone off here for the day. But so what's left is I have a guaranteed best bet in the Lakers Warriors game. And then, of course, I also have a best bet here in the Dodgers and Cardinals coming up tonight. So you can go ahead and get in some action with me tonight here on those. Make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. But instead of getting these, a la carte, you might as well just go ahead and get something a little bit longer term. Probably a week-long package, a month-long package. Because guess what's starting? Guess what's going? It's the WNBA. We're going to get some more, pro action here every day as well. So we'll have even more stuff that us degenerate bettors can get in on every day here as well. So yeah, pick up one of those packages. And again, use that promo code TonyT at checkout.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Mindy Hahne over at Tony'sPicks.com. Great best bet record for the year, 800 units of profit. Mindy on the board tonight with action. 2 best bets here from the NBA, Lakers, Warriors, MLB, Dodgers, and Cardinals in action with best bets. So get on board and use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off when you do that. Or, as Mindy was mentioning, the long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30-day pass. You can get 1 month all sports pass here from Mindy. Recovers the remainder of the playoffs here from the NBA. Rest of the finals, NHL finals as well is covered there. All of her baseball for 30 days and gets an action in WNBA. That's also part of Mindy's 1 month all sports pass. And of course, we'll save $66 off that 1 month. I'm just doing the math on this on the 1 month. You can use it on, you can get the 7-day pass and you do the math on your own there. $66 off that 1 month all sports pass when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and you'll land right on Mindy's page. You go ahead and get signed up. All right, Mindy, we also put together a Twitter account for you that you control the keystrokes for. Tony's
Right,
Picks
I
Mindy.
do.
That's her. You'll find out more picks from Mindy, and of course, find out a little bit more about her service as well. Of course, another show in the archive here with the Morning Steam, and of course, also content on the Discord.
Yeah, so the play is out today in Major League Baseball on the Twitter account at Tony's Picks Mindy, which shows right there. So you can go ahead and check that one out. Again, we try to give out as many free picks as possible so you can kind of get a feel for how us handicappers, work. So maybe, my style of play is a little bit better, or Tony's style, or Ramon's style. You have lots of folks that you can pick from here on the site. And that's our goal, is to bring you a little bit of everything. And then, of course, what we do is we try to get, some of the greatest minds on sports handicapping, Ramon and Mindy, on the morning steam, where we come up with consensus plays, right? That is along with the chat, too. So we have lots of folks, about 80 of our best friends every day come and hang out with us, where we get, all of the steam, what's going to happen, where the sharps are, where the lines are moving, where the injuries are, who's playing, who's sitting out, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you're there first thing so you can get the best lines here every morning with us. So we are live again tomorrow. Make sure you check us out. We are here every Monday, or every Wednesday through Monday, 8 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, you can find us even, later or in more action on the Discord. So make sure you sign up for the Discord. Totally free. Tony has put the link here, in the chat, so you can go ahead and take a look at there as well. So yeah, make sure you join us again in the Discord, in the morning steam. You don't want to miss out on the latest sports betting informational news sources.
That's right, guys. Check out Mindy Hahne. All right, there on at a we got it here over at Tony's Picks Mindy there. Of course, you'll find more content. I have to go in there and fix the link because I forgot that one step again, and I got the wrong link up there, and
I
it's
see
showing
that
a newer. I created a new link. It created a new link for the show, and again, there's just that one little step I got to do, and for some reason I didn't do it, so it created another link for the show. So I got to go back there and re-upload the little thumbnail, and I got to go here and also put in the link. I'll get the link there in the Discord in a second. Ramon give me plenty of time to do that, so I shouldn't even worry. So I'll have no problem with that. All right, so
Ramon's got the information. He has that giant brain loaded with everything that you could ever want about sports. I have to do a lot of homework. His is just easily
oh yeah, that's right. He's just the professor. I gotta get him some round glasses like this. We're gonna call him the professor, Professor Ramon.
There you go.
There you go. That would work. I don't think he liked that too much. I can see him. I can see him on the screen. He didn't like that at all. He did not like that comment at all. If you saw his response, I can see all the cameras. It's pretty funny. But anyway, that's why I said it. I just wanted to see his response. That was worth it. All right, Mindy, Tony's Picks Mindy is where you'll find her over on Twitter. Of course, get signed up to her long-term pass promo code. Tony T at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. All right, Mindy, have a great afternoon. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you.
You got
Have
it.
a good night.
Mindy Hahne here on a game.